Why should you have to pay a builder to give you an estimate? Surely that's the cost of doing business, and builders should provide estimates to their prospects free of charge so the consumer can decide if the project is within their budget. That's how other industries operate, so why do some builders charge while others offer free estimates? The problem lies in the language and the fact that the terms builder's estimate and builder's quote are often used interchangeably. However, there's a subtle difference between the two, and it's one that could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hi, I'm Ryan Stannard from Stannard Family Homes. We custom design and build unique homes for families in Adelaide. A builder's estimate is a rough calculation of the likely costs of a project. It is based on the builder's experience and expertise, but it's not a binding agreement or a final price. An estimate is typically provided early in the process when a project is still in planning stages and is used to help the client get a sense of the potential cost of a project. A builder's quote, on the other hand, is a more detailed, specific document that outlines the actual cost of a project. It takes into account the necessary materials and labour costs associated within the project and provides a fixed price that the client can rely on. A quote is typically provided after the builder has done a detailed assessment of the project and has a clear understanding of the client's needs and requirements. And there lies a problem, because a detailed assessment takes a builder approximately 40 to 80 hours, depending on the complexity of the project. Obviously, staff have to be paid and other resources engaged in order for the builder to establish a contract that can be fixed for the client. So the actual costs involved in quoting a project is around $5,000. With a win ratio of 1 in 10 for building companies that quote plans for free, that means they have to add $50,000 to each job they win just to cover the cost of the ones they don't, which is probably why they lose so many jobs based on price. The other problem for those builders that choose to estimate for free rather than being paid to provide a professional quote is that they are forced to fill their estimates with allowances. This practice protects them from any financial exposure when they underprice an item, as well as making their estimates look extremely cheap. A common myth amongst consumers is the belief that an estimate that is $200,000 below a professional builder's fixed price is unlikely to increase to the point that becomes more expensive. Unfortunately, that is a very common and costly mistake made by consumers on a very thin budget. The fact is, 75% of builders work on net margins of less than 3%. Therefore, you won't be able to negotiate a massive discount on your next home, regardless of how good you are at poker. When you choose the builder with the lowest price, you will still pay the real price in the end, albeit with delays and disputes on top of those contract variations generated by unrealistic allowances in your building contract. The solution is to enter into a preliminary services agreement with a professional building company that will provide you a high quality, accurate estimate. Not only are builders who charge for quotes more likely to be experienced and professional, they also have a higher level of expertise in their field. Additionally, they are more selective regarding the projects which they take on, which ensures that they only take on the projects that are a good fit for their expertise and resources. By charging for quotes, they can weed out the projects that are not a good match, and they can focus their efforts on projects that they are well suited to handle. Remember, a quote that has allowances in it is not an actual quote, it's an estimate. And if it's not listed in the quote, then it's not included in the price. It doesn't matter whether you're building your first home or you've built many times before. Designing a new home can be very overwhelming, and when you hear new things for the first time, it's not easy to remember everything. So if you're thinking of building a new home, I've put together a quick guide for you to download. The 7 things you must know before designing and building a new home. It's completely free and will help you to avoid any nasty surprises that can sneak up on you when building a custom home. Just click on the link below and let me know the email address you'd like me to send it to.